Welcome back to part 2 of the flat renovation, and since the last one I've got a few new things sorted out. Firstly, I've successfully moved the PC over from the right hand side of the room to the left. Personally, I think it looks much better over here in between the TV and the monitor, and it eliminates the need for a long HDMI. To balance that off on the other side, I've got my pegboard back up where I've got the charging cables coming through the holes and being charged by extension cable there. I think it looks much better over there and it balances well with the PC. Eventually I think I'll move the subwoofer over to this side of the room as well, so this can be like a more technological side of the room. I can plonk a couple of sofas down there, have this side be more comfortable. I've also successfully wired an Ethernet port, which I'm very pleased with because the electrician was going to charge me about 160 quid to do that. Basically what they had before was it wasn't wired into the socket at all, it was wired into an extension that ran all the way down, all the way across, under the carpet, and then just sat there under the desk in a kind of, it was just looking at me in a kind of, what are you going to do about that then kind of a way. So I'm very pleased I've managed to tidy that up. It just goes straight into the socket now, all 8 connections are wired properly. Also, I'm having a new carpet fitted, and it is going to look like this. So I've gone grey because I think that will look best with the wood panelling once that's up on the wall, and I've got that all throughout, so through the lobby, into the living room, and into the bedroom as well. I've got them to do quite a nice join there rather than use a metal bar, which I think looks good. And I got that into the little alcove where the chest of drawers is in the bedroom as well. So I'm very happy with that. And given that I've now also replaced one of the biggest issues in the flat, which was the old smoky carpet, I reckon I've raised the value of the property by quite a bit already, so I'm very pleased with that.
Next, I replaced the lights. The amount of times I went to do stretches and smacked the old ones was embarrassing, so I replaced them with some nice modern oak effect low profile ones.
Also replacing the kitchen floor with a nice wood effect one that's between my legs, and that should look something like this. Nice new oak effect floor going all the way to the edges, and I've tidied up behind the sink where the mouldy bits were in the corner as well. Haven't done a perfect job with the sealant around the edges, but did it myself, so what can you do? The next job in here will be to replace the units and countertops. Now it's time to move on to the decorations. So for both this wall, the TV wall, and this wall here, I'm going to go with this. It's a wooden slat effect wall. I'm basically just going to cover both walls with this entirely. The plan is to have cables run down and then be covered up with a kind of black felt. So I think that will look brilliant when it goes up. I haven't got the rest of the planks yet because I have run out of money. So in this episode, I'm going to be doing this wall. So the plan is at the moment I've kind of got these cuboidal dowels to go along the wall. The plan is to have the cables run kind of in between these two dowels and then be covered up by these 3D oak panels I've got. So these are from Wooden Wall Design, and basically they're going to cover up the cables and they're hopefully going to blend in with the rest of the wall as well. So they're going to sit on top of the dowels and then just sit straight on the wall for the bit where the dowels aren't. So let's get these up on the wall. There we go, 2 weeks later, and it is finally done. That is probably the biggest job I have done to date on my own, and I am over the moon with how it's turned out. As you can see, pretty much every cable is covered up apart from the ones by the PC. I've also done, as quite a late addition, I did in the window as well. I think that just kind of completes the look, to be honest, and I really like the look of sort of greenery with a wooden effect background. I think that just goes really well with the plants, and it aids the sunlight in creating a very nice glow coming into the room. So looking at specifics on how it works, you can see the cables coming out of the PC going into what is essentially a raised forward platform where it's held up by those wooden dowels. The cables run down the wall, and just so we can see how that works, I'll take one of the bits off. So as you can see, it's on Velcro, which is pretty much ideal. If I need to change any cables out or anything, I can just take it all off and easily redo it. And that was done using these Velcro strips, which were 1 centimetre wide, which was exactly ideal for what I needed. Did need to reinforce them with double-sided tape because the adhesive was quite weak. I mean, the Velcro was stronger than the adhesive, it was peeling off the walls. But only a couple of quid extra for the double-sided tape, not too bad at all. All the way across you can see the extension lead going in as well. All the way to behind the desk, underneath the amp, and then they come up there. So at the moment, because it's a sit and stand desk, the slack sits there in a bit of a mess. I'm still kind of brainstorming how I'm going to tidy that up exactly. Maybe just tie them up a little bit better. And for the other side of the room, the speaker wires run again across the bottom. And on this side, I don't think I could have done a tidier job of this if I tried. Got one power cord going straight into the wall, up there. You can see it goes across there in that one little raised platform, and then into the back of the pegboard, where I've got a kind of USB charging hub hidden behind it. And then the charging cables coming through the wall there, as you can see. So it's all pretty much completely hidden by the pegboard. And the rest of the wires continue up where I've got the speaker there, and obviously I've not done this wall yet, but I've got the other speaker wire running across there. And just for completion's sake, we can see the desk in its standing position. And yeah, the cables don't get disturbed too much at all, even when it's raising and lowering. So that goes straight up to standing, and there you go. So my arm is pretty much parallel, so it's at pretty much ideal height for me. Next, again, nice and simple, just want to paint the whole lobby area white. I mean, you can see up there just how kind of yellowed the walls are. I just want to make it kind of bright and welcoming. Still need to take off some of the wallpaper. On this side they put it up with cement by the looks of it. But yeah, nice and easy, just paint it white. Job done, and I'll be honest, I'm not 100% happy with this. It is better than the yellowed walls we had before, but it's very monotone. I somehow didn't think that if I painted it all white, it would all be white. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this really. I'm going to leave it for now and kind of wait for my brain to kick in with some inspiration. My mate did suggest that I could put a full-length mirror on this door. Obviously I'd have to move the jackets and pegs and put them either on this wall or on this one, but I don't mind that idea, so I'm going to think about it, but I'll leave it for now. Next up, a bit more straightforward, I'm going to redo this wardrobe space. So first I'm going to paint the whole thing white, including the frame around the edge, just to make everything kind of stand out a bit more. Take out all the screws that are in there, fill in all the holes. Then I want to replace the unit and the big shelf with something taller, something wider, and something a bit less deep. So I'm thinking an IKEA Kallax unit would be ideal, maybe oak in colour, and that would stand out against the white. So let's give it a go, see how it goes. There we go, job done. I mean, I'll inevitably rearrange everything multiple times over the coming weeks, but it's as done as it's going to be for now. And I'm really happy with this one. The kind of boxes match the carpet really well, and the oak matches the oak of the bed. Yes, I'm going to replace that wallpaper eventually, just haven't got around to it yet. And I think the oak kind of balances really well with the white backdrop. The size is pretty much as perfect as it's going to get. I mean, there's a couple of inches each side, but nothing too much at all. Ideally, it would have been very slightly lower just to accommodate these shirts, but it's pretty much bang on. And with it being less deep than the old chest of drawers was, it gives a little bit more walking room in there as well, so we can get down the side of the bed easier. Didn't really think of this when I started, but got a fair bit of space up top as well that would be ideal for a decoration. So I did think initially my old Ultra Miami 2019 canvas could be good up there, but I don't think it really matches the tone of the rest of the room. So I'm not sure, I'll have to think about that, some sort of natural poster or something maybe. Ideally eventually as well, I do want to kind of run some electrics behind the unit to put some of these tools on chargers. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it because I've got a socket behind the bed, so I could run an extension lead sort of along the floor and then behind the unit. It wouldn't look brilliantly tidy, but it would do, so I'll have a think about that one. Yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with that. And with that, I think we will leave it there. Still got loads to do, like the slat wall behind the TV, all of the other walls in the living room, again, bedroom wallpaper, full kitchen and bathroom renovations we've still got to do. But now I have no money left to do it with. So I'm going to sit on my money for a little while, wait for the income to build up, and then go from there. So that's it for now. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next one.